You are listening to the Kelly Confidential podcast with Kelly Wilkes. This is episode 22. Welcome to the Kelly Confidential Show, where we talk negotiation essentials and those crucial conversations empowering extraordinary women. Real women, real issues. Let's jump in. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the show. Okay, folks, I have to admit this is my second attempt at the intro because my dog is at my feet snoring her head off, and I can hear it. So I know I'm meant to be professional here, but I love my dog more than the podcast, and she trumps most things. So she's staying for this episode, and I apologize in advance if anyone is offended by the snoring. So back to our topic. How's your November going? It's that time of year that many will be planning their Christmas shopping. Many may have already started it, or good Lord, finished it. That is organized and respect to you. And so this is a special holiday planning episode designed to help you plot your bargaining power to stretch those pennies. And I don't know if you knew this, but according to recent reports, the UK retail market is expected to reach nearly 84 billion pounds this holiday. 84 billion pounds. And that's just in the last 2 months of the Christmas season. And in the US, the expected retail market, measured from mid-November until the end of December, is estimated to reach a staggering $960 billion. I had to check that a couple of times. $960 billion for 6 weeks of spending. That's crazy. Now, a big proportion of that spend will happen online. In fact, it's estimated that 75% of shoppers will buy their gifts through online shops and marketplaces. So today, I'm giving you 4 tactics to better leverage your buying power, particularly your online buying power, to save money. Let's jump in. Okay, so starting with tactic number 1, your online purchases. If you're buying anything online, there are 2 proven ways to save money. Starting with number 1. If you're fairly new to a certain brand and you have cookies enabled on your device, that smart brand website is going to prompt you to join their newsletter in exchange for sometimes 10, even 20% off. So when you go onto a website, there's like a little white pop-up box that says, join our newsletter. So that's what I'm talking about here. And depending on what you want to buy, you can save quite a lot by simply doing what they're asking from you. And that is as simple as giving them an email address, and you then get all of their marketing bump, which you can unsubscribe from at any point. But if you're impatient when you first open this retailer's page and click that little X in the corner to close that box and that offer, they may cycle out that option until next year, meaning you won't see it again the next time you open that retailer's website. And I often see discounts disappear early in December, which is the wrong time to lose out on these incentives. So really seriously consider those. Don't ignore them. 10 to 20% can be a major saving, depending on what you're buying. Okay, and number 2 around your online purchases tactic is to always shop for online promo codes. These are companies like Voucher Codes and Groupon and others like that, but really do not discount these. These are everywhere, and they're so much better than they were a couple of years ago because you don't have to sign up and give your whole email address and all that malarkey. It is literally just going in and retrieving the code. So as an example, I recently bought a gift and 20 pounds worth of personalized cards on Moonpig. And I saved 20% on the birthday gift, which was an expensive sweater. And then on the card site, I saved another 20%. How? By simply searching for the name of the retailer combined with the word promo code. I suppose it's 2 words, promo code. Literally type this in the top of your browser bar, like, I don't know, Ann Taylor promo code. You don't need to put it into Google or do a Yahoo search. Just go to the top of any new browser window, whether you're using Google, Safari, whatever it might be. And then it doesn't matter what your search engine is. Again, it doesn't matter if it's Yahoo or anything, within the browser. Just go straight to the top of any new browser window, put your cursor up there, and just type those words in. You don't need any plus sign, no quote marks, just as I've said it, straight into the browser line. The search will default to your browser of choice because these tools are just giant databases. That's what they're there for. And it's so fast, and it will return a whole list of promo sites straight down the line. And what I do is I usually check the first 3 to 5 options. Those tend to be the most highly used and also the most reliable. It literally takes seconds, and you can copy and paste the promo code when prompted into the final checkout section of your shopping cart. So let's say you're on Moonpig in this example, you've done all the stuff you need to do, you get to the checkout, you're ready to pay. And right before you get to the final payment option, it always asks, do you have a promo code? So that's your kind of nudge to go and find one. And then you're done. You just paste it into that promo code and hit enter, and then the discount is taken off. And don't bother with any of the discount sites, the coupon sites. Don't bother with the ones where you have to first give your email address, as I mentioned before. That's just really old school. And most respectable promo companies don't need your email address these days. They make their money by advertising for other products and also by tracking your cookies about your buying habits. But guess what? You can and should decline most cookie settings. Nothing's going to happen. The site will not blow up. It will continue to operate as normal, and you can still buy anything from anywhere, including gathering promo codes without agreeing to the cookie setting. Okay, so those are just a couple of tips there. And anyway, the point being, you should do a quick search for promo codes every time you're buying something like clothes, appliances, even personalized cards, as I've used in this Moonpig example. Now, the trick is making sure you take advantage of these offers while they're there. November is a great bargain month, and most online retailers are accepting promo codes. Why November and not December? Well, because November is one of their test months. Most major stores will run sales and incentives to get shoppers to spend well in advance of the final Christmas push so that they can recover their advertising and extra holiday staff investment. But also, it gives them line of sight to how well they'll perform overall for the quarter. It gives them that forecast information. If sales are really down in November, you're likely to see some last-minute sales incentives from those retailers in mid-December onward, which leads to the next item in my list, which is Black Friday sales. That's right. So tactic number 2, leveraging Black Friday sales. But you need to be shrewd about it. Okay, so referring to my point earlier about retailers holding back on December incentives, the reverse sometimes applies with retailers in Black Friday sales, but I'll explain that more in a moment. And by the way, Black Friday sales have appeared on a number of British retailer sites over the past few years. Even beauty spas in the UK are schlepping Black Friday bargains. So don't discount the potential for these in your area, whether it's the US or the UK. They are definitely there. And anyway, the key to getting the benefit of these sales, especially online, is to do your homework at least a week or two in advance of typical Black Friday events. So that would mean, now basically early to mid-November, you need to be doing your research and even try to have your research done. So make a list. Always make a list. Never give shop for Christmas on a whim and think you won't totally blow your budget, because you will. So yes, make a list by name and assign a budget by name. Then go online and find your retailer and your gifts. The more you can shop from the same retailer, usually it's better for convenience, consolidated shipping costs, and also for that overall promo discount. So you've got your list. Make sure you mark the current retail price. So this is the research you do in advance. Then go do the promo code hunt I mentioned to see if there are any advance bargains. And if you find any that are offering 20 to 30% off, and some are, and they're offering that now, take it. Because most retailers will be selective, and this was the point I was alluding to earlier. Most retailers will be selective on their Black Friday deals to a limited stock, where they're trying to bring in more customers with umbrella offerings, but which are actually limited to cheaper or more practical items like, we'll say pajamas, shoes, costume jewelry, smaller appliances, but may not be for the things that you actually want. And then you've missed that window for the promo codes earlier in November. So it's really important that you do your research now. Likewise, in America, the big Black Friday discounts are time-bound, and they typically expire. The really, really great discounts typically expire within the same day, like midday on Black Friday. So if you're hosting a house full of people that may have come around for Thanksgiving dinner the night before, and you're consumed with breakfast making, etc., you may not be in a position to take up these offers. So keep that in mind. If, on the other hand, you have that time free, get online early Friday morning and go gift by gift through your earlier list and see what the new price is and snap it up if the deal is good. And if you can, have the goods delivered to a nearby store or collection point. It's better for your wallet because this will usually mean shipping is free, and definitely better for the environment. Okay, so on to tactic 3. This is less about online strategies and more about timing. That is to leave your major appliance purchases, your furniture and car purchases to the end of November, after Thanksgiving, the 2 days right before Christmas, or if you can, after Christmas. So it's those 3 time periods. I know, it's not as romantic. If you're thinking of buying that gorgeous Jag for your husband and you decide to do it after Christmas, okay, it's not as romantic. But trust me, you will save yourself literally hundreds, if not thousands of dollars or pounds in that single purchase. So I'm talking about big ticket items here, people. These are not your typical Christmas gifts that you put under the tree. These are the big ones. Why? Because in places like this, they are all on commission, and year-end commissions are a hard push. My added advice is to do all of your homework. Know the market for that purchase, meaning know the retailer or dealership's main competition. So are there 4 Jag dealerships or 1? If there's only 1, they have the advantage over your buying power. So consider driving further afield to get your money into a place where they have to fight for your purchase. And test the waters at the end of November and see how good the incentive is. And if you feel you're getting the runaround, walk away. Do not feel pressured into any deal. That's always top of my advice. Go in with a plan and stick to the plan. Don't haggle with yourself. Really, do not haggle and negotiate with yourself, because yourself, you will always lose, right? Don't haggle with yourself and pay more under pressure. Anyway, if they're not giving you the right deal, leave and go back right before Christmas or after Boxing Day if you can wait. It will pay off. And finally, tactic 4, which is to listen to my podcast. It was, I think, episode number 2, which shares advice, tips, and street smarts on things you should always haggle for. I think it's called Your Top 10 Things You Should Always Negotiate. This includes some less obvious things like taxes, travel, rental properties, and more. Definitely worth a listen. Good luck and happy shopping. Until next time. If you like our podcast and want to know more, give us a like and follow us. Or go to kellyconfidential.com and join our newsletter.